deadly Texas school shooting, there is a renewed call for stronger security at Metro elementary schools.
That's right. Now, Dennis Ferrier tonight shows us some of the changes the experts say are needed now. We have that story for you in tonight's Fox 17 News Investigates.
Their question is simple. What will it take for Metro Nashville Public Schools to put in an aggressive security plan for elementary schools?
MNPS is talking about 2 officers in every high school and 1 officer in every middle school, and no officers in elementary school. For Mom Tamala Endry, a locked door is not enough to protect her precious son.
How do you leave out elementary and just take care of middle school and high school? I mean, are they left to fend for themselves? I can't have that. I gotta be my kid's voice. He's 6.
School board member Fran Bush remembers calling MNPS as a mom in 2012, begging them to do something after Sandy Hook, to change security drastically. 10 years later, she says nothing happened. And now, 10 years later, another slaughter of children. And she is asking again, except this time as a board member, she is demanding.
We're not going to stop until we have a plan. That's what we want. That's what parents want. That's what children want. And that's what teachers want. So we have to make sure that we're intentional about making sure that we are paying attention and we're being very persistent, consistent, and having the conversation, and it's not going to go away until we're satisfied.
I don't think there aren't any options. You could put an officer in each elementary school. You could use the 135 security cameras Metro bought during COVID that have been sitting in storage for more than a year. The cameras are used for security by 2 million people every day worldwide.
If we already have the thermal scans in place, why not use them? They were purposed for COVID. If we can repurpose them for seeing if someone is bringing items that should not be in our schools, let's do that.
Or you could join the 4,000 school districts in 50 states that now use door barricades. All this would take time to implement. Precious time.
I want everything on the table. And if it's going to be discounted, you have to tell me why. But also, I want the parents' voice to be heard, and then I want there to be some action behind it.
So what does MNPS have to say? What about a police officer in every elementary school? Quote, we are not proposing to add SROs to elementary schools. How about upgrading the cameras they already bought? MNPS says they are researching the cameras and would have to go through a competitive procurement process before installing any camera metal detector security system, even though they already own the most expensive piece of that security puzzle. And as far as door barricades, they simply say, quote, the Nashville Fire Marshal recommends they not be used. They're not even looking at them. Fran Bush says those answers are unacceptable.
When it comes to saying we don't want to lose any more of our children, we can prevent as much as we can. Those children are gone. And we cannot let their names go in vain. We cannot let their faces go in vain. We cannot let their parents' voices be silenced because they want to help us. We can still hold on to our children. We can still put them to bed at night, but they cannot. So we have to start looking at things that's more common sense and that's more practical. And that's what we need to do.
So now we're going to take a very hard look at door barricades. If they're used in 4,000 school systems, if they have already saved lives, why in the world are they still illegal in Nashville? There will be no escaping our questions on this one. I'm Dennis Ferrier, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Dennis, thank you. All right, Greg, the 90s are piling up.